Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of Yoda's Hut. This is the Gamers Armory Summer Tourney, which was just held the other day. This is the second game of the match between Justin, who's on the left, and Jeremy's on the right. And I'm joined once again for commentary on this by Derek. Hey, Derek, how's it going today?
Doing pretty good.
All right, so in the first game of this match, Justin won with his light side deck. So we're getting ready to see them change sides here. So Justin is running a Scum Sith deck. In his deck list is one Masterful Manipulation, one Hunter for Hire, and then 8 Sith pods. He's got 2 Dark Lord of the Sith, 2 Power of the Dark Side, 1 Council of the Sith, 1 Agent of the Emperor, 1 Maw of Madness, and 1 Encounter at Sturgeon Prime. And Jeremy is running the Jedi Ewok deck that he played against me in the earlier round, where he's got 2 May the Force be with you, 2 Spark of the Rebellion, 2 Sacrifice and Endor, 2 Lost in the Forest, 1 Hero's Trial, and 1 Hero's Duty. That's the new Luke Redemption and Return Luke with all the crazy events in there. So we've seen we've seen Jeremy's deck already. Do you have any thoughts about Justin's Scum Sith deck that he has here?
It's just an interesting collage of a bunch of some one-ofs. Maw of Madness, I think that's the first time I've ever seen it in a tournament deck. I'd be curious to see what kind of role it plays when you think of some of the good stuff out there that he's not running, that he could be running in place of it.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely like a toolbox deck.
Yeah.
And Jeremy's stuff with all the Ewoks can just be kind of frustrating to play against here. So as we said, Jeremy unfortunately lost the first game. Justin won it. So Jeremy's probably just trying to see if he can hopefully bounce back in this game, get a win on the board.
Yeah.
And I'm awaiting to play the next round against Justin. As I said, we were going through the round robin here with only 3 of us, but it was good competition. So
that's the downside, is you only get to play 4 games then, because you play each person twice, and so now he's already lost his first 3 games.
Right, yeah, he has. So Justin flipped up Dark Lord of the Sith, Power of the Dark Side, and Agent of the Emperor, and Jeremy flipped up Hero's Duty, Spark of Rebellion, and Sacrifice and Endor. So Jeremy probably would have liked to have made the Force be with you, but I guess it's not awful there.
Yeah, it's potential with using Spark to get your Ewoks out there quicker, and with the Sacrifice out, that could really help you with the Force.
Right, yeah, since that lets you get 3 Force icons to the Force struggle if you control 3 or more Ewoks.
Which can also bypass the problems you run into with Power of the Dark Side over there, doing damage to guys on the Force.
Yeah, exactly. Now, with so Justin, I thought this was kind of an interesting deck list because he's running a little bit of a risk there with Dark Lord of the Sith, since you need to have 3 Sith objectives for it to be on. He did have the 2 Scum objectives, and if he had drawn them both in his opening hand, which even though the odds aren't that high of doing it, it's probably about 13% if I remember right. If he did those and had a Dark Lord of the Sith, then it would have basically been useless. But he either didn't draw both of them, or if most, he drew 1. So
yeah, and you can recycle Masterful easily, so it's for the only one he really has to not have if he's got Dark Lord of the Sith out there is Bane's objective.
Right. And people want to get rid of that, so that's probably not the worst thing in the world if it's a juicy target. So looked like Justin played the Deck Collector, the Sith Warrior, and then he used Shadows of the Empire to bury Spark of the Rebellion.
I can't blame him for that.
And he's also putting Bones of a Fallen Master on Power of the Dark Side. That kind of makes sense, because Dark Lord of the Sith can be so oppressive, especially with a deck like Jeremy potentially has with all these characters. And Agent, you want to get turned off. So
unless you've got a whole bunch of vehicle units, Dark Lord is almost always the primary target.
Right. So he's playing Sith Warrior, and before Jeremy's turn ends, it looks like, before Justin's turn ends, Jeremy's playing Yoda. You seek Yoda here. So now I'll go to 2, and he's only going to have 2 resources left when he starts his turn, but that might not be bad.
Yoda's always worth it.
Yeah, it's always worth it to get Yoda. And we'll see what he flips up here.
It's almost always better to get Yoda in for 2
Oh, he flipped up another spark.
There you go. It's almost always to get Yoda in for 2 on turn 1 just because he needs that extra gun from the dial. If he's
Right.
only got 1, it's not that big a deal.
Right. Yeah. All right. So Jeremy just drew up his hand there, and looks like he's putting. What is he doing? He's trying to put the.
Is
Oh,
is that
that's
that
the.
part of the tribe thing?
No, I
Or
think that's the. I don't remember what. I can't think of the name of it. That's the enhancement. I think he realized that and just ditched it. That's the enhancement in Lost in the Forest that makes something. You can put it on a Jedi or an Ewok and make them elite. And I think he thought it was the one that made Yoda an Ewok.
yeah,
So,
that's what I was
but
thinking
that
for
is
a
not the
second.
one it was. So he just went and pitched that. He did get a resource there with the Dagobah training grounds. And Justin only has the Sith warrior for defense here.
Makes them elite. Aren't isn't that the enhancement in the like Mystics pod that you're talking about?
No, there's one in Lost in the Forest too.
Okay.
I'm drawing a blank on what it's called because nobody
Yeah, I don't
plays that
remember.
set except Jeremy. And I've seen him play it before, but I'm trying to look up the name of it right now. I, I would think you attack with Yoda here, even though just to try to turn off Agent or well,
Well,
actually he
he
can't
can't.
attack with Yoda
No.
unless he can play something else. Maybe he can hit something with Spark.
Yeah, there you go. Because you need to, because Vader's location is going to shut somebody out.
Right. All right. So he played Children of the Force. It looks like.
Yeah, that'll block the Vader thing.
Yeah, and he looked at the top card, but I guess it looked like he's going to hit with Spark. But so he can at least focus Children of the Force and then attack with Yoda if he wants to, or he can commit Yoda and take balance. But then he risks
Yeah.
Power of the Dark Side going, oh, I guess he did hit with Spark. He just chose to wait to use it.
Hmm.
And that looked like one of the Ewoks there. I can't tell if that's the.
Yeah, I
It
can't
must be.
make
I
out
think
which
that's
one.
the Homeland Defender one.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of got to attack the Emperor's location there. Otherwise, he's going to take a
Right.
damage on all his things, which is also going to turn off Hero's Duty.
Right. Now, I would think if you're Jeremy, the way you want to do this attack is you want to send Yoda after Agent of the Emperor, turn that off, because then you're going to force him to block or get locked down. And then you can send in the Ewok. Oh, I think that's the Ewok Hunter, actually. So he drew a card when he put him into play.
Oh yeah, so he's got the tactics also.
Right. Actually,
But he does not have any blasts, so
right,
yeah,
so
Yoda needs to hit Agent.
Right. But see, if he sends Yoda after Agent, then he'll lock it down, and then he can send the Ewok after Power of the Dark
Right.
Side and turn that off.
Right.
Now, one of the really nice things about that with the Ewok coming into play that you draw the card like he did is that gives you a different card to hit with Spark if you didn't hit before.
Yep.
So that's a pretty good combination using those Ewok Hunters with Spark of the Rebellion.
Yeah, anything that gives you card draw for whatever reason is good with Spark
Right.
because then you can always trigger it multiple times.
Right.
So something
Yeah.
like card draw from Owen's pod or using it with like Dodonna's ability to draw cards, all that stuff functions
Yeah.
really good with it.
I'm just not sure about Lost in the Forest. I guess it can be neat, but you got some cheap Ewoks, but
Yeah.
all right, so it looks like he is going to block with the Sith Warrior. And then I think you want to, well, I don't know. He's already committed, so even if this is, yeah, Yoda's
don't know
got two
that-
guns. Maybe you're better off just sucking up the damage, not defending here. He's going to block and keep the Sith Warrior alive, I guess. That seems like an odd play.
Huh. I think in that case you almost want to lose for. I mean, you don't, but
Right,
you
right,
could double focus.
right. Of course, he might double focus anyway.
Well, you can likely kill him if he doesn't block a damage with the focus token, which
Right,
means you can
right.
put one on with Yoda.
Yeah.
Although it'd be nice to kill him and have Yoda throw the token on the other guy.
All right, so he had an Echoes. So. All right,
Did you have a seeds, or why did
yeah,
you
I
put
think he had a Seeds. So he had an Echoes and a Seed. So he could have prevented the Seeds, but I guess since he lost Edge, thought he was gonna die anyway or something.
Yeah.
So he's doing the Echoes on the Ewok. That's probably a smart move. Make him double focus when he attacks with it.
Yeah.
But he's gonna get to focus the deck collector, do 2 damage to Agent, turn it off. And now I guess he might have to think, does he want to actually... Well, you probably don't want Bones to go off if you can help it, because you want to keep Hero's Duty on.
Yeah, I think he's got to attack it.
Yeah.
Especially since he could theoretically hit with Spark on his turn and still have a blocker.
Yeah. Unless he's going to not care. I guess he's got to think here. Does he want to have his Ewok? I guess he's going to do it. I wonder if Justin missed Bones' trigger, because he didn't attack that. They might catch that later. Even though they probably shouldn't, but Jeremy just kind of passed turn real quick, like Justin may have not thought about then.
Now, you didn't do damage with the Emperor's location either. That's when does that trigger? How much does there have to be a specific difference?
3 or more. You've got to win by 3 or more for it to trigger.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah, so he took balance back with the Ewok. So
then
now
he can
he went up to 3.
Plink the Ewok this turn then, because of it.
Well, I guess. I mean, he'd have to. Yeah. If he wants to win by 3, he could.
Yeah. Well, he plays one big unit, and he could do that.
Yeah. Although he's only got 4 resources, it's going to be hard for him to play much big.
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what he would play for 4. Only the Inquisitor comes to mind.
Well, if he had Mara would be good. I mean, he's only got 1 of Mara in his deck.
There.
He's got 1 Bane.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I was thinking, given the option, you would want to try and smack Yoda around if possible.
Yeah, and see, leaving the Sith Warrior out might have been good, because even as long as he lives, if he had drawn Vader's Meditation Chamber, he would have been able to play that for free.
Yeah.
I guess he's got Maw too. Isn't Maw? Maw doesn't cost that
I don't
much.
even know what Maw does.
Maw is either 3 or 4. I can't remember, but I think
he's 4, but I don't remember what his stuff is, what he does.
Right. All right. So there is that Maw? I think that is Maw.
I think so.
We'll find out how much he pays.
It looks like Pick.
He does look a little like Pick, doesn't he? It's not Pick. Although Justin does like his Gork and Pick stuff. I don't know how many times he's beaten me when we were playing for fun with Gork and Pick shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he's not playing that.
Yeah, well, maybe he wanted to try Bane. I mean, Bane's awfully good, so I can understand that, wanting to do something a little different.
So now, what are Maw's icons, and his ability has to deal with discarding cards, doesn't it?
Right. I think he's got 2 black guns, a black blast, and a white gun.
Okay. Now, is it when he strikes, he makes you discard a card at random?
Yes, that's right.
But then you get to draw a card also.
Right, and then if it's an enhancement, you can take control of it.
Yeah.
So, question is, does he want to strike? Looked like he just took balance back. He didn't win by enough to ping the Ewok, though.
Yeah.
There's another Dagobah training ground. So Jeremy, unlike his first game where he played Darkside, he's drawing some resources for this game, which is good.
Yeah, I think they're a little more in this deck than there are in his other deck.
Yeah, I guess there's really only 3 plus I guess Spark. Spark helps deal with the resource aspect. So he played another Ewok Hunter, drew a card.
You got a couple cannons in there too.
Yeah, and Hero's Duty is still on.
Yeah, he forgot to trigger it. So.
And then he just got a Children of the Forest. He's looking at the top card.
Yeah, that's what it's there for.
Yeah, Jeremy's playing this pretty well here with all the Children of the Forest and the Ewoks. Now, I will say it's good he's not playing a Tarkin deck with Moment of Triumph, like wiping everything out at once. But
yeah, that would be a problem.
Yeah. I had Tarkin, but I never drew Moment of Triumph against his Ewok Brigade.
Mm-hmm. Now, he's only got 2 Ewoks right now, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, so he doesn't yet have that location working for him on the Force struggle.
He could use another one.
Yeah, one more and then he'd be good.
Yep. Of course, his other Ewok could still get pinged if Hunter for Hire came out, but
Yeah.
oh, now they're looking at Bones.
I think he just realized that he missed it earlier.
Yeah, from last turn.
Yeah.
They're like a whole turn behind, and he just realized it. And they're talking about this, so I wonder if they're just going to say too bad or no.
Yeah,
It's,
looks like
he's going to let him have it.
go.
Okay. That was nice of Jeremy there. So that's one good thing. I mean, we've all played lots of games against each other, so even though with this kind of low key, just three of us playing, a little more casual aspect to this competitive tournament. So,
yeah, I do the same way when it's league. Usually, if it's a tournament, we're a little more rigid when I play, but also it's like, this is pretty casual for tournament play anyway.
Right. I mean, there's only three of us. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what's on the line too. If it's a regional with some really good stuff that you can win, you kind of play it more serious versus,
right.
Okay, you missed that, go back, no biggie, because it's it's not that big a deal.
Right. And really,
you're just gonna say at the beginning how rigid you want to be with it. Like, hey,
right.
This is tournament, so if you miss your triggers, you miss them.
Right.
And then that applies to both of you. So.
Yeah, and at this point, maybe Jeremy too knew, since he had lost the first three games, he was kind of out of it. So he's kind of giving Justin a chance to still have a chance against me, I guess, or that he wins another game, then we'd be basically tied going into that last round. So.
Right.
So it looked like he put one in. I'm not sure he used Dark Lord of the Sith either.
Yeah, I don't see a focus token on anything.
No, so he did Vader, and I think he won the edge battle with Vader. Problem is, Vader can't hit anything.
Is that Vader? I think that's Bane.
Oh, that's right. That's Maul. Why did I say Vader? Yeah, that's Maul.
Yeah.
So
it was Bane. Yeah, so he's doing Mau's thing to yank a card.
I don't know why I said Vader. Sorry. Yeah, so he kind of had to defend there anyway.
Now, don't you get to draw a card, or didn't he get to draw a card after he pulls the one from Ma? You get to draw it back up, don't you?
I think that's how it works. Let me look at him.
Yeah, that's the thing about Ma I've never liked is, you can maybe get something good, but you don't really help your hand size.
Oh, no, it actually isn't. After he's focused strike, discard one card and hand him random. Then if that card's an enhancement, put it into play under your control. No, and he has edge, but he's not elite, so...
I must be thinking of one of the other cards in this set. There's something in there that makes you discard, but then you just get to draw it back up.
Right.
Whatever you lost, so it's not that great.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I'm so unfamiliar with that set. I don't think I've ever tried to use it.
Yeah. I don't see anything looking at the list of the cards. So, all right, so he got 4 damage in on Dark Lord of the Sith with Yoda and the 2 Children of the Force. And another Tactics on the Deck Collector. And Maul, like I said, is not elite, so he's going to be locked down too.
Yeah.
And then he had the Homeland Defender still on the Force. I kind of lost track of the dial here.
I did too. I don't think it hasn't moved much.
Yeah. I mean, he did play Yoda, you seek Yoda, so it might be 4.
Yeah, because I think this is Justin's 3rd turn now.
Right.
So, yeah. There's the free chamber.
Yeah, because I think that was what, if I remember right, because I don't think Justin's had balance at the start of any of his turns.
Yeah. He's got the free meditation chambers. Now he's got 5 resources because the deck collector's still being locked down. So he can play anything but Palpatine.
Yep. Oh, actually, he should have 6 now.
No, the deck collector's focused, isn't it?
No, but he played the meditation chamber.
Oh, you're right. I don't see his faction card up there, so I forgot to count it.
His Scum thing's sitting over there somewhere. I'm not sure why I got kind of pushed.
I think it's buried by his Force cards.
Yeah, it's over there by his Force cards for some reason.
Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah. I think at some point during this game I noticed the camera had gotten hit and I tried to fix it So
It looks like everything's a little
yeah, a little off-centered.
tilted.
Yeah, I think Jeremy bumped the table and it bumped it a little bit. Because I'm sitting there on the side just watching.
Yeah, there is the Emperor.
Yeah, there's Palpy. So that's pretty good because he'll be able to clear off Maw.
Yeah, he's kind of like a pseudo May the Force be with you.
Yeah, or Rage, or whatever you'd want to.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can every turn,
right,
you can clear something off. So.
Yeah, so I guess he's got to think: does he want to actually just commit Palpatine, or does he want to send Palpatine in and try to lock Yoda down?
Well, Palp only he's got 2 focus.
Right, so he's just going to commit Palpatine and take one off Maul. I think that's the right play there. Get yourself the extra blocker. And, he got a Royal Guard champion back, too. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
so that was
definitely.
Yeah, that was a good turn. And he's going to get balance back. Like I said, I think the dial's still only at 4, if I remember right. So, and Jeremy's got some damage, and he's almost gotten rid of Dark Lord of the Sith.
I think he missed the. He should have been able to ping that Ewok again with after taking the Force by that much.
Oh yeah, he should have because he won by a lot that turn. Yeah. They might catch that too. I don't know.
Well, I think that's twice he could have done that, or maybe not.
No, I don't think he had balance. When he won it with Maw, he didn't win by enough.
Right.
So it wasn't going to go off, but he should have gotten it just there.
Yeah.
I said they might hit it. I guess we'll see. I remember watching and them doing stuff like way after the fact a couple times. Like and this, I said, Justin said he felt rusty and he was playing some cards he hadn't really played as much before. Because I don't think he had played Hunter for Hire at all. So there is another Ewok Hunter.
There's 3 on the Force right there.
And I think that was the Ewok Hunter, not the Homeland Defender.
I can't tell.
I can't tell.
Ewok.
It's definitely an Ewok. Okay. Well, he didn't draw a card. It might not have been the Ewok Hunter, or he would have drawn a card.
Yeah.
So he's got Yoda and at least 1 Ewok Hunter, 2 Ewok Hunter. Maybe that was the Homeland Defender, actually.
Well, now he's got to worry about winning edge because of Palpatine's double tactics and the Royal Guard's edge 1.
Yeah.
So now it becomes a little harder to attack.
Yeah. Although Yoda should have enough guns that he could kill Palpatine now.
Right, but he's got to win edge. That's the only tricky thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that there are any twists in his deck, are there?
No, up there I just fixed the camera a little bit. Enough that can help us see what he's got. I think he just played the Homeland Defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that leaves him with 4 resources for something.
All right, so he's using Dark Lord of the Sith. And that I think this is actually where we came up with this interesting scenario here, and he's going to take the one off of Homeland Defender. So this was the second thing I asked about on Card Game DB that had come up one of these games. So the way this works, and we actually did play it right, we were talking about this when it happened. So Dark Lord of the Sith's reaction is a reaction to the conflict phase starting, that your opponent has to put a focus token on one of their non-vehicle units. And the Homeland Defender's reaction is that after the conflict phase starts, you can take a focus token off of them. Well, what you can do there is the light side has the first chance to react. And so he didn't have a focus token on there, so he didn't have to take one off. Then Justin reacted to the triggering condition, put a token on, told Jeremy he had to put a token on something. So Jeremy could put it on the Homeland Defender, and then it's still the same triggering condition, so he can take it back off. So it's basically the Homeland Defender negates Dark Lord of the Sith. And again, that's how we thought it would work as we were talking about this. I was watching the game, sort of informal judging, and I posted the question on Card Game DB, and was verified that was indeed the right way to play it because of the triggering condition that, because he didn't take one off at the beginning, he still has the chance to react to it after Justin reacted to the triggering condition. So, good tip for anybody wanting to get around Dark Lord of the Sith. Apparently, you want to play Lost in the Forest for the Homeland Defenders.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's the best reason to play it, but oh well. All right, so it looks like he's going in with Yoda.
Yeah, I'm going to put that in all my decks now.
Yeah. But yeah, it was an interesting thing because we were talking about we kind of reasoned that was the way it should work, and again we thank DB Meeboy for confirming that on the rules thread earlier last night after I posted both those questions as soon as I got home, that one and the other one about Lost in the Forest versus Tarkin. It's always nice to get confirmation that what we thought should happen was really what should happen with those interactions.
Yeah.
So he had a Visage, and I'm not sure what Jeremy had there, but Visage is going to, yeah.
I think it's a target, and I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is either. Whatever it was, he won by enough that Justin's only going to get to do 2 damage to Yoda, and I think it was a target and whatever else it was. And that's a clever play. That is the card from the Sacrifice at Endor set. I don't remember what it's called, but what it does is it lets you move a focus token from a unique unit to an Ewok you control. So he is moving the token that got hit with Visage. It's called Unexpected Assistance. Is what it's called. From Yoda to one of the other Ewoks.
Yeah, he put it on the Homeland Defender.
Yeah, so now Yoda gets the strike. Yoda was striking first anyway now because he won Edge. Kills Maul, focuses Palpatine. So that was
That's pretty brutal. Yeah,
that was a clever play with that card. That was sort of the perfect storm there. The Visage, he thought that's all he needed to turn Yoda off, and then that card moved it. So Yoda still got to strike.
Yeah, it's kind of like the size matters not from the Jabba pod.
So the Ewok is going in after, I'm not sure if he's attacking Power or if he's attacking Dark Lord here. He's going in with the Ewok scout that's got the tactics. Oh, actually, maybe he's going in with more things. What's he doing here?
I think he's trying to blow up that top location and then send somebody later to turn off Bones, although it looks like maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah, I think he's sending both the Children of the Force at Power of the Dark Side, so if he doesn't defend, he's going to get some damage in there. Yeah, he'll get 3 damage and turn off Bones for this turn. And then, I guess he's not going to worry about Palpatine. Trying to lock Palpatine down with both his Ewoks. He might try to take the Force back here. He'll win Force, but he won't get pinged because he didn't win by enough.
Yeah.
He'll get pinged next turn, though.
Yeah, but now Darkseid's in a bit of a situation. They get a couple objectives that are almost dead. You still got the good blocker with the Emperor and the Guard, but there's a lot on the light side board right now. Yeah.
All right, so it looks like he's going to send the other Ewok in and sort of force him to block or risk Dark Lord being blown up. And he may not even care if that Ewok dies. That Ewok dies, he'll just draw a card.
Well, the thing is, he actually would take the Force by a bunch because of the objective that now gives you 3 to the Force.
Oh, that's right.
Ewoks.
That's right. He might want him to die so he doesn't win by too much and have his Ewok ping.
Right.
Yeah, so he does. He lets him die. He draws a card, which means now he potentially could hit something else with Spark.
Yeah.
Dark Lord's going to say that. Now, Palpatine's at least going to free up. But he's got that little Ewok scout there or Hunter, that still has the tactics even though he's committed, so.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, now, even though he just tried Spark, he drew and it didn't happen, so now he tried again. Although it looks like it didn't work.
It didn't work again. Or he just looked with Children of the Force to know if it would hit. That's also possible.
Yeah.
So Justin's going to flip up an objective here. He's taking the damage, but I don't know why, because he didn't win by that. Maybe that was from earlier. They're like 2 turns behind. He put that damage on there. A little bit of sloppy play in this tournament. Now he just drew the Hunter for...
Yeah, which will turn off the Vader's location.
Right. Although, as we just realized, it wouldn't have mattered because the Homeland Defender kind of gets around Vader's location anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Well, except that he's already focused right now.
um,
Although he'll unfocus by
right. He would unfocus when it's his turn unless he gets done. But
Yeah.
so so Justin does have, he's got some resources. The deck collector finally freed up. He should have a bunch of cards. So it's a matter of, does he have anything that he can try to slow this game down and get control? There's Vader. That might help.
I was just thinking that you've still got the Emperor to defend with. I would think Vader goes in and takes out Yoda.
Yeah.
Because you've got a bunch of exhausted units. Otherwise, you're going to have to see Yoda on your turn.
Now, Jeremy still has a few cards left in hand, so he might be able to win an edge battle here with that.
And that's the drawback, too, is if you do that, even if you're successful, you probably pitch most of your edge hand, and then you're in trouble on your turn.
Right. Probably one of the better things that he could, if he would have right here, would be if he had telekinetic strike, he could turn off that Ewok if he had that in his hand. Get him out, and then he wouldn't have to worry about the tactics. He could shoot Yoda. He could tactics like those Children of the Force down that have blast with Palpatine, and then free Vader back up.
Yeah, I'm guessing he doesn't have it, because if he did, he probably should have done it before attacking.
Yeah, I would think so. So he's going.
See, even if he wins this edge battle, he's going to have no cards for the next one.
Right. He's really committing to this edge battle here, too.
Well, if he doesn't win, the Ewok can tactics Palpatine, and then you're in big trouble.
So it looks like it was 5-4. Is that right?
I didn't see.
I think
Dark had enough to win.
Yeah. I think I was just looking at the icons. I think it was 4. So I think Jeremy had a heat in the lightsaber, but Justin had 5. So.
Yeah. Well, he had 3 cards, and I know the top one was Bane, which is a 3-pip. So that should,
Yeah. So the Ewok won't get a tactics. I mean, you got to kill Yoda here.
Yeah, because Vader has the extra gun.
Right.
So.
He was gonna try. I'm not sure he was gonna try to rage because Vader's not committed. Yeah. Now he knows he has it, but I think he's got 3 guns, so you can just kill Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he didn't win edge. No. And the Ewok focused to lock down Vader. Oh, maybe he did only have. That's interesting. It's possible.
I think I would have focused Palpatine and let Vader kill Yoda, just because you have so little you need to do in order to win. If you had Vader and Palp locked, you could probably win the next turn, especially your opponent having no edge cards.
I'm really confused by what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Vader took a damage, and
Jeremy
maybe
must
he
have
did win. He just attacked the Ewok.
Right. I think maybe Jeremy must have just focused the Ewok, or focused Vader, so Vader couldn't shoot. Jeremy must have won that edge battle. Maybe Justin only had 4, or Jeremy had 5, and I just missed. But Jeremy definitely only had 4, from what I could tell.
But then, how did the Ewok die?
Oh, with Power of the Dark Side.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then he freed up Vader. That must have been what happened. So I think Jeremy won edge. He focused Vader, and then so he didn't die right away. So he couldn't shoot Yoda, and then Justin took balance back with the Emperor, so he could free up Palpatine, and then he won by enough to kill that Ewok. And there is a Children of the Force. So he's got enough blast here, and he's got the tactics that he might be able to win this.
Yeah, he's in pretty good shape edge-wise.
Yeah, he really needed to have locked Yoda down.
Yeah. I don't think you can let Yoda swing again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if you're Jeremy, you go in at something with Yoda because he's got the blast and he can blow up 2 things, or he can blow up anybody. Now the dial's probably at least 5 or so, if I remember right. I feel bad. I kind of lost track of the dial in this game.
I don't think it's ever moved more than 1.
Right. It's high enough that Yoda could kill anything, and it's low enough that Justin's not really gonna probably be able to blow up a bunch of stuff here. Although he could rage now. Because he got balance back.
Yeah, because Yoda can lock something down, but you can wake it right back up.
Yeah, I almost think you let Yoda swing and try to defend the second thing since you've got rage. Because Yoda can lock only 1 thing down at most.
Well, if he can win edge... Well, the problem is if he's got 2 cards and one of them's rage, he's not winning this edge.
Right. Right, that's why you just let Yoda go, blow up 1 thing, and try to stop the other thing from getting blown up.
Yeah, see, he's thinking of sending 2 guys in. No, just the Emperor. I think that's a disaster.
I think he's better off not defending this.
Yeah, Yoda's just going to kill the Emperor.
Now he's thinking about putting the guard in for edge 1.
Yeah, Yoda kills the Emperor. I think you let the guard swing. You put the tactics on Vader.
Oh my God!
What is that?
I think that is search your feelings. I think Jeremy just took control of the Emperor because he had 2 units. He would have been better off just defending with the guard. See, Justin just did a facepalm over there. Oh man! So. Palpatine, they're still good in you, apparently. That you just came over to the light side.
Wow.
Now, I got to say, I think that's kind of a silly thing on that card. I don't think that card should have let you steal Palpatine. I think there should have been I think there should have been a restriction. 4 pips, just like there was on Emperor Palpatine, like the newest one. That you can only get something with 4 pips or that. Like, you shouldn't be able to steal Yoda. And you shouldn't be able to take Palpatine in an engagement. But you're allowed to, so he's going to do that. So now, Justin
Maybe he had his suspicions about Vader turning on him. He's going to tactics him ahead of time.
I guess. Justin is definitely done here, because there's no way he can kill either one, and then they're going to just lock everything down.
3 focus tokens.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what he attacked, but it doesn't matter. I assume he attacked like Dark Lord of the Sith or something.
Yeah, I think he was going at Dark Lord just because Yoda could kill it.
Yeah. Well, I was looking there thinking Jeremy saved a lot of resources. They either just didn't have anything to play or he was saving them for something. And
he could have just been saving edge cards.
Yeah, that too. But so he was saving for search your feelings.
Oh, man.
Well, there you go.
That card, when used right, is pretty powerful.
Yeah. You don't see somebody stealing the Emperor in an engagement too often, so that's been a fun part of this game, if nothing else.
Yeah, the only time I've ever made real good use for it was with Forlom and Zuckuss, when I grabbed Zuckuss from somebody and used it to lock down Forlom.
Yeah, so he's gonna use Palpatine, focus Vader, focus the deck collector, kill the guard with Yoda. I think he was attacking Dark Lord of the Sith, yeah.
You let the guard swing, so I don't know why you put a focus token on him there.
Oh, I think he focused afterwards. He struck with Palpatine first afterwards, and now he's got it. So Justin won. Jeremy won. That was well played by Jeremy there, stealing that. I'm not sure there was a lot Justin could have done.
No.
I mean...
Well,
but I really do think he was.
Yeah,
but I really do think he was better off since he had the rage, not defending that at all. So, but I think Jeremy was probably going to win that game either way. He just.
Yeah, given that, then he probably has like a huge attack and a huge block from all the other guys, and same type of thing. He just steals the best unit, and it's not going to matter.
Yeah. All right. Well. that was an interesting way to end that second round there. So as we head into the last round, the way we did this round robin, I think we're sitting there that I would have 12 points because I swept Jeremy and then got the bye. Justin has 9 points because he had a bye first and then just split with Jeremy. And Jeremy did get on the board after I swept him. He won that one game with Justin, so he has 3. So we're pretty competitive there still. I mean, I gotta at least win one of these games against Justin at the end to try to win the tournament. So we'll have to turn into round 3 and see what happens. You got any final thoughts on this game though before we wrap it up and look forward to the last round of this tourney?
No, I kind of like both decks. They're both fun. The Ewok deck, it seems like it's not really the Ewoks that are doing most of the work, other than the card draw and from the guys when they come into play and when they leave play. Yeah, it's I like the Sith deck too, but I don't think that Maw necessarily was the best choice there.
Yeah. Something else that might have been elite might have been better. So,
yeah.
But all right. Well, thanks as always for joining me for commentary, Derek. I appreciate it.
Anytime.